30-day leading lady challenges, I do a lookbook for the third video of the month. But this month's leading lady, Caitlyn Birch, wardrobe wise, she's pretty plain. And quite frankly, she wouldn't be wearing anything really different than what I normally wear day to day anyway. So I'm going to switch it up a little bit this month. Because I am embodying Caitlyn's resourcefulness, I decided that this video I was going to share with you just some simple resources, tools, tips that you can use to hopefully make life better. And because this is also Mental Health Awareness Month, I definitely want to talk more specifically about resources that are good for your mental health. I am not a therapist, I am not a doctor, so keep that in mind. These are just some basic tools and things that I myself have employed and that Caitlyn used to a degree to help her overcome some of her mental health issues throughout the book. First, let's talk the obvious, therapy and or counseling. I was trying to think of some gentle way to talk about how the last 6 years have more than likely adversely affected your general mental health. But I couldn't think of anything lighthearted. I couldn't think of anything funny. So I will just cut to the chase and tell you point blank, it's really important that if you have the ability, if you have the access, talk to a professional, licensed therapist or counselor. Now, of course, these services can be costly, and I want to be very aware that not everybody has the money at this point, especially with inflation and such. Not everybody has the money to access a lot of these services. And so I just wanted to go through a few resources that I found that provided no to low cost resources in this area. Now, definitely if you have a day job, if you're working a 9 to 5, then touch base with your HR and or benefits specialist to find out if there are any mental health services available to you through your job's benefits. I forget the name of what it's called, but I know for sure that on just about every full-time job I had, there were through our benefits. It wasn't attached to our medical insurance specifically, but the job itself through HR had access to and provided, I think it was 6 free visits to the counselor of your choice. So again, double check if you work a full-time job, check with HR and or your benefits specialist to find out if there's anything like that available. Lastly, I want to bring up some resources I found on mentalhealth.gov. That is mental health, all one word, G as in good, O, V as in Victor. So mentalhealth.gov. You'll see here a list of resources and things that you can access that should be affordable, if not free. And you'll notice there they do offer a crisis hotline. So if you find yourself in a position where you need immediate help, then know that there is a phone number, there's a resource there for you to get immediate help, regardless of where you are. So aside from that, I want to talk about another way to kind of help your mental health during these trying times, and that is getting outside. Now, understand that as someone who has an increased aversion to being in public these days, and that's on top of being an introverted writer, I understand that getting outside can be difficult. And when you toss in any kind of mental health issues, from social anxiety to depression and other physical factors, having someone tell you to go outside is going to come across like bullshit. And I get that, but here's what I'm talking about. It's not about taking these long hikes or, going barefoot on the beach kind of thing. What I'm talking about is literally getting outside. Now, back in the day, during some of my more depressive episodes, it was a struggle for me to get out of bed, get off the couch. But what I noticed is nothing stopped me from going to work. I still had that drive to go earn that paycheck. Nothing stopped me from, say, going to the bathroom or going in the kitchen, rummaging around for, something to snack on or whatever. So instead of trying to, quote, not feel depressed or not feel sad or not feel the fatigue, I reframed it and began to think about, well, let me just take my depression outside my front door. No pressure to go anywhere. I just wanted out. I just wanted some fresh air. I wanted a little bit of sunlight. And so that's what I'm advocating here, is that you don't try to fix and or fight how you feel. You just pack that up, open the door, go outside. Whether it's in the backyard if you have a backyard, whether it's on the front stoop if you have a front stoop, whether it's just through the door and onto the landing at your apartment complex. Whatever it is, get outside. And again, not telling you to go for a walk around the block, not telling you to do all this extracurricular activity. I'm saying you go out, you let the fresh air wash over you for a little bit, you let a little sunlight touch your skin, take a couple of deep breaths if it's safe to do so, and then come on back inside. That's it. Just make it a point to do that at least once a day. And no miracles here. I'm not saying that that's going to suddenly make you feel like doing all the things, but it's good for you physically, and I truly believe it's good for you mentally as well. Next, I want to talk about play, as in playtime, as in recess, as in a break from worrying over everything that's going on the planet at this point. It's an activity or something you do on a regular basis just for fun. It gives your brain and your body a break from being in what feels like survival mode. If money is a concern, then there's definitely ways to find activities that are no to low cost. So back in the day, my mom used to clip articles from the local newspaper. Yes, clip articles, local newspaper. I know I'm old, but she used to clip these articles, and it was basically you could find things in the entertainment section about free things to do in the city that day or week or month or whatever. And of course, I understand nowadays the age of Google. If you just type it in, I'm sure you will come up with at least 3 or 4 different lists for your city that tell you what you can get into that would just be fun, doesn't have to cost any money, and now that I think about it, would actually quite possibly get you outside as well. But we can worry about that later. The trick with playtime is that you actually schedule it and treat that time as sacred. Now, you may have other humans or fur babies or whatever going on in your life that are going to want to distract you from this particular time that you've scheduled. I say, if necessary, you incorporate them into the playtime. And then that way, you still get to veg out. You still get to enjoy that reset, so to speak. Playtime doesn't have to be anything extensive. It can be a regularly scheduled time where you sit down and do Sudoku. It could be Sunday afternoons for 30 minutes. You and the family get together and work on a jigsaw puzzle. You could do, if you're into RBGs, right? Or you're into gaming, you can sit down and schedule time where you just play that game and not worry about what else is going on, right? Just that time you give your brain a rest. And that's it. That's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you found these resources, tips, and suggestions helpful, and that in some way you can come to look at No Waterpress Publishing and Consulting as a valuable resource. Whether you're a writer or not, whether you're a reader or not, I do hope that I am bringing you information and things that help you overall, because that really is my purpose, my intent behind just about everything I do. And that's to help others feel better about themselves and about their lives for having known me. So hopefully I'm getting that across. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for stopping by. As always, links and such will be included in the description box below. And I ask that you like, share, and subscribe before you leave if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one.